Hello and welcome to another Design AutomatoR1 training video. We really appreciate all the positive feedback we've been getting on these so far. I just got an email from an ACT consultant who asked me, well, how do I get AutomatoR1 set up and how do I add a button? So I'd like to show you the installation process for AutomatoR1 as well as how to add a button. So I see that I've already downloaded AutomatoR1 from the website. Simply put, I need to double click on this installer and it's going to run the installation. This is a pretty simple installer. Nothing super fancy here, just leave everything as default. Just kind of click on next, 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 okay, and then the actual installation process of AutomatoR1 isn't going to take all that long. During this process, what we're doing is we're copying a couple files, we're reading some registry keys, and copying information we need to a couple different locations. Once the installation is complete, we simply click on close, and now it's time to open up ACT. I'm going to go ahead and double click on my ACT icon and have ACT open, and we'll go ahead and we'll see what we can do to get a button added to the layout. So for those of you that don't know, AutomatoR1 is a macro type tool that allows us to automate some of ACT tasks, much like you could do back in the older versions of ACT, but with a new twist here in the new version. So I need to launch ACT. I'm logging into the demo database as Chris Huffman, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at my contact screen and try to figure out what kind of button I want and where it is I can put it. I would like to click over here in my user field tab, and I see I have some nice blank fields here. So let's go ahead and add a button. So this is all done through the layout editor. I go to my tools menu, choose design layouts, and then choose contact. And we need to, oh, my layout editor screen disappeared on me. Let me grab that back. If I right click over here on this toolbox side, you see I have the option to customize. And we need to check the box for AutomatoR1. By doing so, we will now have a custom control over here on the toolbox. So I'm going to select my user field tab on this layout editor, and let's make it a little bit more viewable, excuse me. And whoops, if I could click on the right button, that would help. All right, so let's add a button. Oh, guess what? The first time you try to use it, you got to register. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in my registration information. Comes back and says thank you very much. All right, now I can play with my button here. So I basically drew the button, had to register the first time. If you press F4 on your keyboard, it gives you the properties box, which is really what we need to use to gain the properties of this button. So I can see that the text here is called new Automator button. Let's go ahead and delete that, and I'm just going to type in here math, because that's the function I'd like to put in. Under button action, here's what I need. So under data bindings, I need to choose a button action. Sorry, I have my screen resolution is a little bit smaller, so I got to get used to it. All right, I'm going to create a new button. The action is going to be math, and I'll say the target field is user 10, and the expression is going to be, oh, let's just say user 1 plus user 2, and we'll just leave it simple like that. I'll go ahead and click OK. I can now click my save icon for my layout, close my layout designer, and we'll see here, once my screen refreshes, I now have a math button. If I add 1 and 2 and then press the math button, user 10 performs action, and I now have 3. So we're going to have a whole bunch of these training videos specifically for AutomatoR1. We know it's a very robust product, and we want to be able to give everybody the tools they need to make it easier and provide some value, which I believe is definitely in this product. Thank you again for watching a video. Stay tuned for more. Have a great day.